Okay, welcome to the program, December the 4th, and you're with the Editor-in-Chief, and we are live.
Duncan Garner, live.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome. I'm Duncan Garner. Send me your thoughts. All details are on the screen there. Now, it's been a year since we last spoke to this guy, so suddenly this is a 2024 year in review and looking forward to 2025. He is broadcasting royalty, in my mind, so would someone give this guy a job? Mikey Havoc is back in the studio. Now, a year ago, he said the PM, that is Luxon, would turn out to be flaky, and the much talked-up outcomes, where are they? Would amount to jack, basically, he said. Then, of course, there's the return of Trump. What's his take on this? The Hīkoi, and the gang patch law as well. Bishop Brian, we'll throw him in the mix too. And why has he never ever questioned Christmas and Santa? The force of an uncontrollable tornado, a man not seen or heard from enough in my view. A one-man panel, imagine two of them. I spoke to Mikey Havoc a bit earlier on today. Mikey, g'day, mate.
Hello there, Duncan. How are you?
You had a guy? Yeah, not bad. Hanging in there.
Yeah, but I mean, it's a survival year.
Yeah. Well, so what's next year?
Treasure Island, probably. See where I was going with that?
Yeah.
That's my line.
Yeah, thank you,
How'd
mate.
that go for you? I didn't watch the end.
I got sixth.
Six is
So
good.
I made the
Six
top
is
six.
good.
Yeah.
Six is good, eh?
But I started to
Not-
win stuff,
not-
but I stuffed up.
Not too wanky. Six is good because you're not
Yeah.
showing off and stuff, aren't you?
No, but as soon as you start to win things, you get targeted.
That's the
So
thing.
I need to look incompetent for the first 2 weeks, which was easy.
That's the problem with those shows, is that you have to inject an element of cruelness and
Yeah.
skullduggery into it.
Yeah.
And, this is not going to we're not going to ride into the future blissfully with everyone, trying to pull the wool over each other's eyes and
Yeah,
con
I
each
couldn't
other
do that
into-
really. I couldn't be nasty to the
I
guys
know you
sleeping
couldn't.
next to
I know,
you.
Duncan. I know that you couldn't. You're not the sort of person. There's not a dark, shady part of you at all. Is
I
there?
enjoyed the fishing. Yeah, but there's a good guy. Christian Cullen, good guy. Millsy, good guy. Hey, they're all good people. How you been?
I've been good actually. But I mean, it's been what a weird. Like when I say I haven't seen you, so I mean,
1 year.
A year, man.
When I
A
text
big
when I text
rolling
you,
12-monther.
when I text you to come in, I thought, I haven't seen you for 6 weeks or so. That's what I thought.
That's what I mean. This is the thing. And I think that there's a couple of issues there we need to take heed of.
Yes.
One is we need to see each other more often.
Yeah.
You work too much, Duncan. That's your problem.
Yeah, but
I don't work at all.
You're in this
is a
relationship
problem.
too.
But yes, yeah. That's it. And the other thing is, I think that we've made a terrible mistake again. And when I say we, I mean the general population, human beings on the planet at the moment, where we're just not talking about the actual year itself, 2025. We're not naming that year and saying, gosh, that's going to be a good year in 2025, because my theory about this, which I tried to explain to someone the other day and it went very badly, so I'm going to try and explain it better now, is that when was the last year that everyone was talking about sort of for years beforehand? 2001?
Yeah, but
Millennium 2001 as well. Then maybe the Mayan calendar 2012.
211 with the Rugby World Cup in New Zealand. People talked about next year.
No, that's not the world talking about the upcoming year.
No.
See, what happens is we forget about it till right to the end, and then, which is quite insulting to the year coming up ahead.
Because it's a living thing.
Just treat it as a living thing, because you mock me at this stage, but just are we all in this together? Okay, so if you sit there and you're going 2024, and 2025 is going, well, what about me? I'm actually arriving in 3 or 4 weeks. Like this, anyone's going, 2024, such a shit year. Oh, it's so bad, it's the worst year ever. 2025 is going, really? I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll show you.
Yes.
Yeah, you watch this, and it'll outdo 24, and then 26 will try and outdo 25 until we, as human beings, go, I can't wait for 2025. What a year it's going to be!
So we need to give it more. We need to pay it some more respect.
Even if we pretend positivity.
Yeah, I can't wait till 25.
Same, Duncan.
It's
Same.
such a good year.
I mean, 24 is a great year, but I can imagine 25 would be such a better year. Don't we all imagine that? Yes.
See, I'm one of these guys that thinks it's just another day. So New Year's Eve, I know everyone gets hammered and all that sort of thing, but you just wake up and your problems, whatever it is, continue. You don't. If you're in debt, the debt doesn't suddenly go on New Year's Eve. It's a new year.
Right.
You drag all that shit over.
And they can look at it and they can go, oh, it's another year. We could probably add a bit more of that.
And they do. It's how capitalism works, right?
Yeah, wonderful. Now, this is the other thing. Capitalism. Is that... I cast my eyes over to the United States of America, home of the capitalism, and I go, so the guy that runs that, the guy that won that thing, has the theme song YMCA.
Oh, I know. And
one of the biggest gay anthems in the whole world that's ever existed.
He doesn't know that.
Yes, he does. And then you've got, and then at the same time, and then 3 days later, I'm watching the UFC, the brutal UFC. I've enjoyed
he's sitting there.
And you've got Joe Rogan, the guy,
Dana White
that runs the UFC, who he brought up on stage in his acceptance speech on the night he won the election.
The third speaker.
What?
The third speaker.
Yeah, and so you've got Joe Rogan, Dana White, President-elect Donald Trump for the second time. Donald Trump from Donald. Grab her by the Trump, okay? Yeah. And then next to him, you've got Elon Musk, one of the richest men in the world, who turns out to be a complete plank. Hey, the more he does, the more you're going, what's wrong with you, man?
With a pay packet of $95 billion.
Have a sleep.
Yeah.
Have a sleep. Get off whatever weird sort of natural nootropic, something or other that you've got under your skin or whatever, half a robot, whatever you are. Just most got one of the early beta version of the brain implants or something.
Yeah, and did you see the job Trump gave him? Basically go to every department and find savings.
Be my little Pinocchio.
Every department, yeah, exactly. And Bryson DeChambeau was there, the golfer.
But sitting next to Elon Musk, this is what really sold for me, Kid Rock.
Yeah. What a lineup.
What a country.
And Dana White got speaking rights. Dana White, I want to say this man deserves it.
And when was the last time you saw the head of a country sitting ringside for all the fights of the UFC? I mean, what's going on, man?
He was sitting right there. I saw that. Within 2 days of it, wasn't it? Within a few days, yeah.
So what? Okay, so what's
going on?
Seriously, what's going on?
Okay.
Like I'm across.
What's going on? The masses, the great unwashed, they actually listened to a couple of podcasts and they voted. They listened when he went on Rogan. Spoke for 3 hours. Have you seen it?
Well, he said there's only 5 nuclear powers.
That's right. And he's met them all. And he's met them all. 95 million people watched that.
There's 9, just so you know.
95 million in 2 years. In 2 days, watched that podcast.
I know. Yeah.
Young men, young black men, young Hispanic men, and they voted for him. And women voted for him too.
Why?
Isn't it amazing?
I mean, to be fair to... Also, did you notice the way they went? It's Trump versus Camilla. And it's just like,
I know.
Hang on, her name's Harris. If you're going to be doing surnames,
Camilla, Queen.
Yeah, no one says it's Camilla versus Donald.
Yeah, but also, did you? People felt left out, right? And so they voted for the first time. And
you think so?
Yeah, I do. If you look at I look through the numbers, and Black America voted for him.
I just don't think America knows what it is anymore. I think it's gone a bit fucked.
Well, it's been like that for ages, isn't it?
I think it's gone.
Seriously,
when you've got 2 years of watching people of watching these cheeky reporters go up to people in MAGA hats and go, so make America great again. When was America great before?
Yeah,
and they go, duh.
But what about Biden? I mean, the guy
every time.
But Biden couldn't stand up.
No.
His own name. I mean, the whole thing's
weekend at Bernie's. Yeah,
it is. But he's still got a heartbeat. Just
yeah. But that was foolish. The whole thing about what I heard the other day. Trump spent the president was born before credit cards, and he's the oldest president to ever be elected. Whoever was going to get in this time, if Biden was still running, it would have been. Was it going to be the oldest? Doesn't matter who got in; they would have been the oldest president ever.
Yeah,
even they were the oldest presidents to ever run. The last time they both ran.
I know. And he's a convicted felon.
And he's just a shifty old prick anyway.
And then Biden goes and lets his son off, gives him a pardon.
Imagine if you...
America's rooted, eh?
But that's almost like Biden just giving it that.
That's just corruption.
Yeah. Hunter Biden stands here when he was getting pardoned, chewing his jaw off, by the way. Did you see that? It was really...
Big night, was it, mate?
Yeah. And there's another,
Yeah. Anyway,
so let's not mock America. Let's talk about home. Let's talk about our country.
So when we spoke a year ago, we saw each other a year ago, we were sort of laughing at Lux and saying, and you said he won't achieve anything. Bring me back and I'll do the whiteboard, you said. We don't even need the whiteboard.
No, we don't need the whiteboard.
But I personally think that the guy is, he's been put into a job that he's not capable of.
Now, you're giving him the benefit of the doubt there that he was pushed into that job.
Well, I changed my words, put into a job.
I think my opinion, as I was saying off air before, is that if he was any sort of statesman or any sort of potential future leader of this country who really meant something, he would have said, I've only done politics for 3 years, so I don't think I should be the Prime Minister yet. Yeah, I don't think I've got the knowledge to to speak for this country and for its population and make decisions and represent us on the world stage, because I just don't know how to do.
Do what Key did. Go there and do 6 years.
Yeah, grab a few ponytails.
But it was at the end.
Yeah, no. So I mean, I'm trying not to. Maybe it's good that I haven't been here for the year, because I would have just been crapping all over the year.
But there's shitloads of material, right?
Yeah, but this is a problem. The little wheelbarrow of "I told you so" comes out. We dump it out there and go.
It's not that little.
But no, it's not. It's not. It's like when the thing that one of my biggest pet peeves, Duncan, is the. Is that, before when the election happens, and before they hand over the keys to the beehive or whatever it is, they look at all the books. They know what all the numbers are and where all the money is, and it's all there. But is that preview? Is that,
it's HIFU, half year update.
Yeah.
End of year.
It's the okay. Well, we're going to be the new government, so we want to see what we're in for.
Yeah.
So,
and they know because it's reported every month.
And we all see it. So don't come and start when you do take over and start going, oh no! Oh, look in the cupboard what they've left here, some rotting this and a bit of decay in that. Like we all. Man, you know that stuff. It's a cop out that they keep.
The
saying
fiscal cliff. I found another cliff.
You won't believe the situation they've left us in.
In 1992, they passed a thing called the Public Finance Act, which meant that we no longer had surprises. Because they reported month by month, Mikey. Month by month, right? That's what they do, bro. So he gets in there. The stupid thing is he's selling all his properties now in front of the nation, when the nation's doing it hard, when there's a capital gains tax underway, and he's pocketing hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars tax-free, one by one by one. Don't do it. The optics look shit.
But the way you say that the way that somebody who he pays to say that should say that to him. Do you think?
He's not listening.
No, but is there somebody there that's doing that?
My understanding is that his office is in turmoil. People are leaving.
Well, they don't do anything, probably. That's why. I mean, what he's made... Jack, could we just give it up for... Jack Tame should get in. He should get a knighthood this year.
He's done well, hasn't he?
That was great. That was some... no matter what you think of his modern style of journalism.
That's what it is.
Man, he really knows. My mum,
he stripped him apart.
My mum has always got a political comment to make.
Yes,
but she texted me at 1 o'clock in the morning.
Wow.
Now
she was up too.
This is the thing. She doesn't have the internet. She doesn't like the internet. She likes faxes.
Yes.
More than email stuff.
Yes.
And she doesn't. So I don't know how she was watching it at 1 o'clock in the morning. It must have been like a repeat of Q&A for the ninth time.
The newspaper may have been delivered or something.
No, it was she was watching it. And I don't know how she did it, but she was watching it at 1 o'clock in the morning. She went, I see what you mean.
Did she say
he's
that?
Terrible. I just can't stop watching it. It's terrible. And it was just like...
It's a train wreck in action.
If Mum's sitting up to one... My mum's she's a senior New Zealander.
Yeah, but she doesn't have the internet. She's up at 1 o'clock watching it. I don't know how... Oh, I know what it is. They play a replay in the middle of the night on TV1. There it is,
so she must have waited up for it or gone to bed and then got up again for it.
Or she may have set the alarm to get back up for it.
Yeah.
She have an alarm?
Probably. I mean...
She may have stayed up.
Might still be. I mean, they might get out afterwards. Or see. Could slumber at the retirement village.
The Jack Tame party.
The Jack Tame appreciation party.
No, but he's done well. I agree.
Oh man, he just did what you're supposed to do. Is just go. Yeah, but you're not answering.
Ask the question.
I don't want your open home bullshit talk.
Yeah. Answer the question.
Yeah. I just want to answer the question.
Because you know why they don't answer the question? Because they go in there with this. They do a pre-prepared interview in their office with someone on their staff, and so they planned all that.
Do they though? Does he do that?
They do. Honestly, they do. They go through what questions he's going to ask you. Because
do you think he's been doing that or not? I think he might have been overseas a bit too much, Duncan.
He'll get a plan. They'll have a plan of attack.
But he should have had one before the Jack Tame interview.
Yeah, well, they. You know what they all do? They all take it lightly. They all don't do their homework, and they all don't know as much as they think they do.
Really?
Yeah.
I agree with you 100%.
And you come on in from a different angle. You don't do it how they think you're going to do it. You do it differently.
And you try and bluff your way out of it when everyone goes, oh, that was terrible. You go, I don't know if it was. I think it was pretty good.
No, you're watching the wrong thing, mate. You watched last year's one.
David Brent is what he reminds me of. The more I tried not to, I just tried to think that's a bit easy at the beginning. But he's just, when he does that whole thing where he goes, you know, when he sort of goes, and then if that doesn't work, he starts going, You know, it's really quite dark.
I ran a little video that he did the other day on here and commented on it. And I think he's insincere.
No shit.
You know what? I think.
I don't think that's a revelation, Duncan.
No. But but I've always thought that, right? But when I saw this, I thought, how did your staff let that actually? You taped this, you recorded it, and then you put it to air. How did this pass any sniff test? Like, do that again, Prime Minister. It just doesn't look good.
That's what I mean. This is what. Are they too busy tweeting, or are they too busy like?
He's got 7 people in the social media team. There's more people there than in our newsroom.
That's too many people on anyone's social media. To be
honest.
Isn't
it? Well, that's how he connects.
To who?
It is so bad. Have you seen the social media stuff?
Yeah,
it's
terrible.
so bad.
David Brent as well.
It's cringe with you.
That's what I mean. It's like, so who's doing it though?
Hey,
it's
me, the Prime Minister.
Duncan, I've had barely any work all year. I could do that. I could run that office for him. If I had to, if he paid me good enough money, maybe not him, but I could do that job.
Yeah,
I would deliver you a better Prime Minister in 2 weeks.
Well, you know what? If he didn't do social media, it would be better.
That would be my advice straight away from the get-go.
Just don't.
Do a handout.
Chris...
like a Gestetner. Remember those Gestetners from school?
Or a credit card. Chris Hipkins is the most preferred Prime Minister at the moment in the polls.
Jesus, is he?
And he is. Yeah, he's just nudged ahead of Luxon. And this is great. You know what? He hasn't been seen doing anything.
No,
Labour's best idea is to hide.
And his approach is almost, I'll just sit over here. He goes,
yeah,
I know I could say something, but I don't want to get into any more trouble.
Yeah, and plus I quite like the money, and I'm still opposition leader and a young fellow, so it's all good.
Also, didn't he enter a fairly recent relationship just after the election? He's been quite busy with that.
He was boning someone during the election, wasn't he?
Something to think about.
Is it
not that you and I thought about that?
Was it the word election that you
sex life after the election?
It's election with an L, mate.
Oh, look. Luxon's a church man, isn't he?
No. Well, apparently yes, but people I know in church circles, there's not many.
Oh, so he's a political church man.
They say he never goes there.
Yes.
And I know some diehards.
Well, yes, this is you've got some good plans. That leads me right into one of my favourite topics, Brian Tamaki.
I know. Just wants to be relevant.
What an absolute goose! I just all year, I've just been sitting there looking at the old bullshit bishop and just going, "Come on, what are you going to do this?" And what about the
creep that was filling those kids?
Dude, this is a guy. Yep. This is a guy that has been actively trying to kick. Like
pedophiles into the incinerator.
Trans performers out of libraries reading stories.
Yes.
Because they says they're grooming kids.
Yes.
Well, no, that's your guy.
And did you notice what they said? Brian Tamaki said, he's not, I'm distancing myself from him. No, you're not. He was your man looking after kids and monitoring them and in charge of your youth department. You wanker.
This is the thing. There's no getting out of that at all. No, and so here's my.
But I think we've been too light on him on this.
I think the problems with Brian Tamaki, having interviewed him a few times, it works. I see why church works. I see why even tithing works. If you're that desperate for friends or inclusion, or just thinking that someone's got your back, that's fine.
Go to the YMCA, mate.
Hey, but
I joined the YMCA for friends.
But that's that aside. Well, how do you? His whole way that he works is that he just stays on message, and he never, even if he knows that he's telling complete bullshit.
Yeah, it was like Trump.
He just keeps exactly, and you see the way that he's obviously.
But you had a pedophile.
Israel.
How's this? You had a pedophile in the mix, though, Mr. Tamaki. You were responsible
in a church. Well, I've never heard such a thing.
Yeah. But you had a pedophile in your mix. You cannot distance yourself from that, sir.
You can't, and you can't say, "Well, I was too busy doing the man up."
Someone else did that.
Yeah, or did you hear any of
what was he too busy doing? He was too busy on a motorway on ramp.
This is the thing, and that was such a massive failure. Do you know what he said he was going to do if that didn't work? Oh, mate, you know what? I've got to see the video. Have you seen the video of that?
I have actually, yeah.
Where he just says, if it doesn't happen, I'm out of here. That's me. I'm gone.
Where you going?
Forget this country. Forget everything.
He's not going anywhere, mate.
It's like, no, you're not. Because you're the guy who gets all the money. So what I want to know, Mr. Tamaki, Bishop Tamaki, let's call him the right royal
self-appointed
cock bishop. Where's the rest of the? I mean, it's nice that you speak for the church, but wouldn't it be nice to hear some of the other people, all the hundreds of people that work with you every single week? Just we only ever hear from you, but you're never going to. It's never going to change because you know what? Because he wants all the glory.
He's well, that's what bishops do. He's a self-appointed. It's a guy in a popularity contest with himself.
But
no one else exists.
Dude, you've been running that church for 30 years, or whatever it is.
No one exists.
Yeah, but there must be people, the next person down, next person down, next person down, next person down, that he's been lying to all that time going, tell you what, you're just about ready.
Yeah.
You're just about ready to step up.
Well, they're henchmen.
I'm going to have to step down. It's like, have you seen that TV show, The Righteous Gemstones?
No, I haven't. No. Yeah,
oh my
good.
God, it's so funny. It's
But he has henchmen. He has followers and henchmen. Have you seen the video on social media where they are outside a building and there's someone there that says you can go and suck dick, Destiny, or something like that, right? Okay, and then his henchmen come up there and they pull it down. Like this is, and he's out there. He's out there. It was called Freedom Day. Destiny wanted a Freedom Day or free speech. So guy says you can suck dick, and they pulled it down. It's just the great irony of it. There's no voiceover. It's just pictures.
So here's my theory about why this man up thing works as well, because and I'm generalising here. I'm sorry to any gang members if I get this wrong, but like all these guys that have reformed, they've left the gangs and now, he's setting them on the right thing. When from the guys that I know in gangs, that I've met over my years in gangs, get there initially. From what my conversations I've had with them, is because right at the start, no one ever told them that anyone cared about them at all.
Yes.
No one loved them. No one told them.
No one
cared
ever told
about
them
whether they came home from school.
Yeah.
That's seriously, that's what a couple of them said to me in the past.
But this is true.
And okay, so you join the gang because the gang's got you back.
Acceptance.
A gang acceptance. A gang's there for you. Blah 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 blah. And so all he's doing is offering them that.
It's a group,
but without all the crime.
It's a group.
Yeah, without all the crime. So you still get to.
Put on your black jacket and be the man. Yeah.
Oh, not anymore though. That's why he did that march.
Yeah.
That's why he did the on-ramp thing the day before. The day before they changed the laws for the gang patches thing. Did you notice that?
Yeah, I did notice that. Your view on gang patch, Ben? It's not going to change.
Good luck, eh?
Well, put it this way.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure whether. I just don't know if that's really what the problem.
It's surface. That's pure. That's pure. That's like makeup.
Everything that they've done. Everything that this guy. I mean,
it's sloganeering.
Before I say this next bit, can I just make a disclaimer here and say, we know that you all thought that the last government was the worst government there's ever been. Oh my God, we heard about it for 6 years, so shut up. Okay, so this government now, that's all they're doing is like, thank goodness that pseudoephedrine got put back on the shelves.
And smoking's back. And
smoking's back. Yes.
We're going to make New Zealand smoke again.
Yeah,
hey,
and we're gonna do some oil exploration while we're there, and then just go. But the money, the health. There's no money in health. It's all going down the drain, and there's going to be more cuts.
How's this for you? We have nurses that we put through 4 years of study. They get a student loan, all that sort of shit, and then we don't hire them. But we have a nursing shortage. Explain that to me. It's impossible to explain.
I don't get the police, nurses, and teachers thing. I just don't get.
Australia. No, but let's worse than this. Let me paint this picture for you. We from age 5 through to 17, they go to school, whatever it is, and we put all that money into them because it costs money. And then we put them through university. And there's 80%, whatever it is that we put into it, and they pay some fees, and they come out there. And then Australia comes over and goes, "Thank you." We are a training ground and get no benefit.
Yeah, and then they send back all the shitters.
Yeah, with ankle bracelets on. Yeah.
Send back all the.
Well, at least we're consistent now. There's no patches in either country.
Yeah, well, I mean, I mean, Australia's always going to be it's sunnier for a start, but then, we've got New Zealand's a very, very, very delectable place to live, I think.
Well, you think it's still attractive? Do you think it's an attractive place to live still?
I think it's an attractive place to live. Whether it's as an attractive place to live as it has been in the past.
I personally have thought it always was. I never really urged to live overseas.
I mean, now I've always wanted to do what I do here.
Yeah, me too. Exactly, me too. But I look at it now and think, God, there must be something wrong here because so many people are leaving. 1,000 a week.
Hasn't it always been that though?
No. It came right back. It came right back.
I think the bigger picture is what we need to look at. I think once again we have to look at things like, we were talking before about how if you're going to have politicians, you need to have politicians that are inspirational and have ideas of their own. Don't just come in and go, What am I supposed to do? You tell me what I'm supposed to do and I'll just go do that.
Yeah, I'll do it anyway.
Yeah.
Because this is what Luxon's doing.
Yeah.
He's basically following a National Party. It's such an old script. You know,
It's a tired script.
it is. It's so, and I covered that for 20 years. It is hit them on welfare, make sure they turn up for a job interview, you know, bring back mining. But you've seen it all before. Get to surplus really quickly, have some job cuts in the public service.
But that's what you get in. Before you get in, you just talk up whatever you can to all the pearl-clutching warriors and financiers. That are gonna,
These Maoris.
Oh, good Lord.
What do you make of the Hīkoi?
I thought it was great. I thought it was. If you're going to run a Hīkoi, it's not. I'm not quite sure how it all works. How do you, what do they do if they will get to a sort of? Because there's not a lot of toilets. Like if you you come en masse, I'd love to just learn a bit more about how the whole throbbing Hīkoi works and moves and.
It's
7 groups go over the harbour bridge. It was a massive Hīkoi, and it was just such a.
It was big. It was twice as big as the one that there was in 204, which I was at. It's twice as big.
I can't be asked. Like you look at the David. My mum paid for the library, so I get to play with you kids. Seymour. The smug dolphin is what he looks like to me. Don't you think? And just and you go, how much time has that in this last year? How much time has that guy's dumb idea?
Well, get this.
Which has only just been explained to the country in the last 3 or 4 weeks.
2025 is coming, and it will take much more of its time. Because there's 6 months. There's 6 months to go now of select committee hearings. So remember we were talking about 2025 not being respected. 2025 now is going to show you who's boss.
It's going to go. If you're going to give me 6 months of select committee hearings, you watch what I do for the other 6 months. Is what it's going to say.
The problem with this race debate is the country doesn't want it, the country doesn't need it, and the country turns off it. Right? So you have your Hīkoi, but Luxon allowed this to happen. He, in negotiations, Mr. Smart Guy, allowed this to take place.
Because he so badly wanted to be the Prime Minister.
He said yes. It surely wasn't a bottom line. It can't have been. No. What, the government won't form? What's Seymour going to do? Go to Labour? Hardly. It's ridiculous.
It is, and it's sort of.
We live side by side.
But this is once again. So the quality of the machine seems to have just got so. Discount, you know what I mean? Like, no matter whether you love or hate Jacinda or whether you love or hate Key, this is the $2 shop version of a government we got at the moment.
The Parliament's a $2 shop version. I look at the Parliament now and I think, where are the people that you have respect for?
This is what I mean.
That you hold in some sort of. It doesn't matter the left, right, or whatever. I mean, Joannaton had ideas. Kiwi Bank, it's still here. You know, Michael Cullen had ideas. Kiwi Saver, we're still here. Big things.
Hark back. Names like Hiwitara, Merv Wellington, who I don't even really know what they did, but they stick. They the sort of people that if someone says they're coming to talk at school tomorrow, if you're a 10-year-old and they're coming to talk at your school, you'd be like, oh.
Jim Bolger, Doug Graham, they brought in the treaty settlements process. They were the ones that
you can hear it when they get interviewed about their response to things as well. They go. Yeah, I don't know if that's the.
They shake their head at it, right?
Yeah, and they're glad to have washed their hands of the whole thing.
It's like now we've got the social media slap happy version. Ding ding hey bye.
Yuck.
He's running. Luxon's running government by social media. That's the truth.
Well, is he doing it? Is Seymour running the government really?
Oh, Peters is.
Is he though?
When he's here,
cranky old.
He's happy to be there.
Dodger age.
He's almost 80. He is our oldest.
Yeah, but he's also I didn't like harking back to the back to the election. I didn't like the way he just jumped on all those whole lot of bandwagons that no one else was running with. Well, like that one, by the way, which is still the most ridiculous bloody budget spin in the whole of this world.
Well, there's so few people. There's so few. It's just such a non-issue.
It's just not even a thing. It's just not even. But people are so.
We're going to lead the news on it tonight. There's 3 people have had a sex change this year.
Okay, can we talk about the news now?
Yeah,
talk about news.
Yeah.
Can we talk about just how fucked it is that every single time, still to this day, when One Network News talks about Israel, they go, after the attack by Hamas on October the 7th. Which is compared to what Israel have done since then is
it's a war crime.
It's barely a shadow in history compared to what they've
demolished a nation.
Fuckers have done since then.
It's war crimes.
Excuse me.
It's war crimes. Now, so if Netanyahu came here, we'd have to arrest him.
Isn't it funny? Isn't it funny? The only person I've seen actively pro-Israel is Brian Tamaki, and you know why that is.
We see more on this. I think
But he can control the masses his way, you know what I mean? But you know what, Brian Tamaki's a pro-Israel, eh?
Oh, no, I've seen that.
But you know why? Do you know why? That's because like all those big American churches that are,
yeah.
because their whole thing exists on the idea that there's going to be an apocalypse or a what do you call it? The
end of the earth?
Armageddon? Armageddon. But when they have the
rising, Phoenix,
bang
bang.
No, you know all the righteous people get to fly up to heaven, and everyone else burns and toil and toil.
Oh, that's yeah.
You know, there's a weird
uprising.
Calling now.
Oh wait,
Christmas fair.
We've got some jam for you.
But the whole reason that church exists is that it's going to be there to guide you through Armageddon when it's the end of time. But Armageddon happens when all the Jews go back to Israel. So if there's no Israel, then there's no Jews going back to Israel.
Yeah, so there's no rising. That's just such garbage.
And there's no way that he's not getting paid heaps of money by Israel to do that.
You reckon he is?
He's sucking the cock of Israel so badly. Dude, I will put my whole career on it that he's getting paid to do that.
What are you doing for summer? What do you do now? What's going to happen? What do you do? Because 2025 is coming.
I'm looking forward to 2025.
I can't wait.
What a great year it's going to be.
Yeah. Do you know what? I think it's going to be actually worse than this year. And that's that. I'm not trying to talk it down, but shit.
I think people need to check our game.
Yeah.
Really do.
People are out of work, bro.
People are out of work, but
they are
out of work, but they're on social media. Get off it. Get off it. Turn that shit off, man. It's just
that's what I agree with you, man. I agree. I've said to my son, I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. Yeah. You get to the end of the week, you've done 40 hours on social media. Tell me what you've got for it. If you went to the gym for 40 hours, you'd have a six-pack. But what are you doing, mate? You're talking shit.
You're anxious about all weird sort of things that you shouldn't be anxious about.
And nothing's real.
Yeah.
But you think it all is.
And Andrew Tate's bald.
They can go and fuck off. My view of social media, I'm really
That's
angry
why
about
it's great doing radio with you, because we have such different opinions.
No, but my view of social media is so low. That's why the Hīkoi was big, because in 2004 it wasn't as big as it is now. So you organise. People work from home, right? People work from home. They have social media. Whoop, step out the door. You got the Hīkoi. But
that was you know the good thing about that Hīkoi is it had a bit of it's sort of, hey, don't lower the tone for us all here. This is quite an important. This is
I know.
Historically. Whereas say the the anti-mandates sort of circus,
ugly,
that was like that was terrifying. And the what do you think? What do you think about the report? Let's go there.
The report,
the COVID report.
Limited scope, and the next one will be really juicy because we'll look at Hopkins.
But how juicy can it be?
Well, the problem is it's reporting on what we know anyway, because we lived it.
Do you know what I think? What I think people need to remember, and this was, full cards on the table. I'm a fan of Jacinda.
Yep,
big fan. I'm always been left. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, well, we know that.
But obviously, but the thing that I think people forget when they start talking about, I can't believe, it was like living in the gulags. Like, no, it wasn't. It was actually sweet, and people lost their jobs.
Loved it. They were sitting at home.
People lost their jobs, but I don't know if that many people.
People got tired of it in Auckland in that last 6 weeks.
Yeah, but and all the restaurants that usually would be packed to the gunnels every weekend suddenly had no one in them.
Yeah,
I don't know if that's true. Yeah,
they're doing Uber Eats.
But the thing with that people forget that I think we really need to take on board is that at the time, not only did we know nothing about that disease, that came from a wet fish market somewhere, and people in Iran were dropping dead on the streets, and Italy, because they kiss each other too much, suddenly got it worse, and people were dying, and we all knew people overseas who've had actual friends dying.
Yeah. National done the same thing.
Yeah, this is the thing, and this is the exact point I think New Zealanders need to just take a breath and realise that nobody had another idea. The only person that did was Sir Ian, Ian
Taylor?
Ian Taylor, yeah. He's the only person when he had the rats thing. That's only
but Bloomfield would have given the same advice, because Bloomfield was running that stuff, right?
Yeah.
And was knighted for it, and rightly so, because he did excellent work, and he was a very measured man, and they took a cautious approach because we had to. Okay,
we had to, and because we didn't know enough about it.
We knew nothing.
We knew nothing, and you can say, I knew that. I knew that Pfizer was going to be dodgy from the start. It's like, did you know that? Did you?
Yeah.
Because I don't think.
I knew it wouldn't work.
I just think people forget that we did that. There was. Remember, we're the country that said, well, hang on a second. We should get the vaccines before everybody else, but we haven't got any cases of it in the country. Yeah, but no, we should pay. You should pay for us to get them before everyone, and then we get the bloody vaccine. Then we go, I don't know if I want it now. I'm not sure.
Imagine if we hadn't gone as hard and we had 100,000 deaths. Imagine what the report would look like then.
Well, just
it would have gone harder.
The virus itself just had to be a little different, and it might have happened. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, it may be different.
Yeah.
Maybe the vaccine took a little side edge off it. We don't know.
You know, and can you believe, Duncan, that some of those pharmaceutical companies weren't entirely truthful in their reporting?
This is the first time. This is the first time in history that.
What the Dickens?
Yeah, I mean, let's be honest. But creating a vaccine in 1 year, pretty risky.
Yeah, man, totally. And but everyone was, but the population, and that's the general population. That's what we were all demanding. The same way, Duncan, as you raise your finger to me, the same way.
I just remember something.
The same way that we demanded a thing where you could just go to and you could just ask it a question and it would just tell you, we've got it now, fantastic. Oh, yuck, look what else it's got. Oh, yuck.
When I first got COVID, my ex-missus said, how did you get that?
What?
How did you get it?
Get what?
COVID. How did you get it?
You dirty pig.
I have no idea.
Slopping around in some wet market.
Okay, my final thing is this. Whangarei voted yesterday to not include fluoride in the water. They voted against fluoride. So a directive came from the government and the health ministry, put fluoride in the water.
Yep. What do you see? My mum swears that changed her life. Swears that
fluoride in a good way, bad way.
Good way. That it saved her teeth, basically.
Go into places that didn't have fluoride. Look at the teeth. That's what you do. Go into the places that don't have fluoride.
Yeah,
I think it's obvious.
I would use my own teeth, but unfortunately, I have developed a serious addiction to these horrible little hand dosed out bags of lollies at the dairies that are only $1.
Oh yeah, $1.
They're only $1.
They're $2.
They're only $1.
Do you remember when you used to go and buy the 1 cent ones?
I remember banana dots, two for a cent.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, so Whangarei's not going to have fluoride.
That's all right. That'll be okay.
Perfect. North and Māori, they don't need fluoride. You see what I mean?
Division straight away. You came out with that sort
of. What do people do? Nice to see you, Mikey.
Is that us? That means another year, is it?
Yeah. Out of 10 for the year. Out of 10.
I just think I still believe in people. You know.
So do I.
Would like to see. I'd like to see this country just actually stick up for itself a bit more. You know. I think we need.
We're not united though.
No, but also the way that things are working with the news, the way they're the feeding news as quickly as possible to people, and getting their attention with these sort of stories aren't always bright and happy and beneficial to our biologicalness.
Yes,
bro.
Yeah, to our happiness.
Well, just to
get off go back to social media. Get off it.
Just stop. Here's the thing with us: we're just monkeys, and we're monkeys who are so convinced that we've got everything sussed, but then we're just going to make a new thing of everything. And maybe if we step away from that and just take a breath, people. Like, I mean, I'm a good one to talk. I'm sitting there going, blah, blah, blah,
but the sky never falls in.
But no, man.
It never falls in. You say it's going to, it never does.
And you know what? If something's a bit fucked, that's okay.
Yeah, that's life.
That's life, but yeah.
I've learned that life. I've learned life. It's not perfect.
Bro.
You know?
Yeah.
Skin out. I'll see you next year.
See you, man.
Okay, mate.
Merry Christmas to you, Duncan.
Yeah, you too.
And
you believe in that stuff still.
I do. What do you mean? Stop. No, go back to Are you serious?
Christmas?
Do we tell you a truth thing? Something, do we tell you a Christmas
you
truth?
Santa. Go.
At my house, my mum's house, my mum, my brother and I grew up, we've never, ever
question Christmas.
Wow. Santa, we've never ever said there's no Santa.
Yeah, I know. Do you know what? I mean, I'm a very cynical guy, very sceptical and cynical, but I still celebrate Christmas. And when Mum put the wreath on the flowers on the door last night, I helped to put it up.
This is funny, wasn't it?
Yeah, but it fell off.
Did you help? You helped to do it and it fell off.
Yeah.
So 2 adult New Zealanders couldn't put it up.
Oh, and a third time this morning, it still fell off.
Oh well.
We need a bit of sticky tape.
Oh well.
Yeah, but so you go your Christmas tradition.
It's a family Christmas.
You go home. You got mum. You got brother.
Oh yeah, but it's sort of it's not as family as it
has been.
As it has been, but yeah, I'm sort of older.
We get older and question things. That's the problem.
I mean, the problem is my biggest problem is that I'm worried I'm going to get to very senior citizen age and still be thinking the way I'm thinking. I still feel like I'm the first big day out sort of thing.
Oh my God!
Look at me! Look, I'm dressed the same as I would have.
Yeah, I've sort of. I had to get dressed up to come in here.
I wondered about that. I thought maybe you'd been to court,
mate. What for? Again? The thing is this, mate. I'm Jandals. Same pair of shorts and T-shirt all summer.
That's why I was late, because I couldn't find my jandals. Seriously, that's the
Should
truth.
get bare feet. I'm out. See you, mate.
Merry Christmas.
Yep.
Duncan Garner, live.
Okay, that is us. This will be available as a podcast on Rover shortly and wherever you get your podcasts. So thanks for your feedback and your support. I'm Duncan at rover.nz. Thank you to my team. Isaac, you're the man. Thank you, boss. And remember, life isn't a dress rehearsal. There is no curtain raiser. This is it. We live in one of the best places on earth. So get out, enjoy it, give Havoc a job, and have a great day. Take care, New Zealand.
That was Duncan Garner, Editor-in-Chief Live. Missed something on the live stream? Text Duncan to 3598 to listen back on the podcast. Want to get in touch? Got something to say? Email Duncan at rover.nz. Call 0800 863 293.